Don Badan from SampleLibraryReview.com. Today we're going to be checking out Bamboo Stick Ensemble by Soundiron. Now this is the third version of the Bamboo Stick Ensembles, recreated in a new interface with some pretty cool sound design for the library. The developers sampled some heavy raw bamboo poles, making noise in every way they could with struck clashes, bending them, dragging them, scraping them. Now this library has already been used in a number of major movie soundtracks, including Avatar and Tron, and in this latest version of the library, the interface is a multi-layered sample instrument with 3 different instrument categories and 20 sound design presets. Bamboo Stick Ensemble downloads is 592 megabytes. It samples from recording bamboo poles. It's got 1 master NKI, and it does include wave samples with the library. It's got high and low stabs, effects, single shot sustains, tremolos, and looping sustains. There's 3 instrument categories: percussion, tonal effects, and special effects, and 20 custom sound design effects and ambient presets. Soundiron's latest contact interface here has multi-layer sample loading with LFO, filter glide, and Arpeggiator, as well as the effects wrap with convolution reverb. It does require the full retail version of Contact, 5.5 or higher, and the library normally sells for $39 US. Alright, I've got the library loaded up. For the purposes of this video, this is a first look. I just wanted to dive in myself, check it out. I thought I'd just record it and share it with you. We've got one main NKI here, the Bamboo Stick Ensemble. Loads up just like this. And if you're not familiar with Soundiron's new interface that they've been using, they've got the 3-layer and a subsynth layer. So you're able to just go in and pull up whichever samples you want on each layer. So we've got clacks A and B. And clacks C. I'm pretty sure this aqua key here, teal, I guess, it denotes the root of the sample. That one's got a little backflash to it. This one's a swoop. Swoosh. It's almost like a whistle. Oh, I've been looking for a sample like this for this crazy dub project I'm working on. Kind of like one of those horns. And long scrapes and short scrapes. So what is kind of cool about the library, you could set it up here to have the ensemble, or you could just have the clacks in layer A, or layer 1, layer 2, we could do those. And then we could actually use our crossfade here. And if you haven't used the instruments from Soundiron lately, they have this subsynth layer as well, so we can actually add this sine wave. Or a saw wave. Yeah, it's kind of cool. then the last one would be a blend. This one might be better if we add the brassy horn thing. Yeah, that's getting out of control. Now with so many of the new Soundiron instruments, one of the things I really love is just how creative you can get with the ARP. Now, those are just presets that they pre-programmed for you. But it's got all the controls that you would normally want, you know, if we wanted to do 16ths. You change your direction. You've got control for swing and randomness. You can also save and load your ARP settings. There's also filters. So quite a few different settings for your filters you could use, as well as the LFOs here. And let's go ahead and move over to check out some of the effects presets. Now what this does really, these are the same samples that we had in our regular instruments, but what they've done is they've programmed them. And this is a great way, I think, with any of these new Soundiron instruments with this new interface they've been doing for the last year or so, I guess, to get a feel for just how far out and what kind of cool sounds you can get, because all they've done is taken the same sample set in the engine, as well as the LFOs, filters, ARPs, and the effects rack, and design patches specifically for you to use, but more so, I think, for me, just to get a hint at some ideas as to what you can do with the sample set. Okay, I'm pegging out just a little bit here. And if we go to see our LFO, we've got our filter right here tied to the mod wheel. Let's check out another one. So we have the intensity of the LFO tied to our mod wheel here. And so again, just with the subsynth, all scraped loops, we've got something very different here. I'm going to go back to the original one. I may have missed some because I didn't see the all scrapes loops. It's only on layer 3, I bet. And I bet that's why I missed it. But let's go ahead and finish listening to some of these effects presets. Fun kind of ambient sound. Really shows you how far out you can go with the samples. Here's another one where the intensity is tied to your mod wheel. And that's using the third layer of the ambiences, which, again, I'll go back and we'll preview those in a moment. I missed those. I forgot about the third layer. Now, this is kind of cool because this is a crossfade between layer 1, which is our bamboo ensemble, and Ambience 15. Clever. These guys are clever. Ambience. Yeah, again, this just shows you how far you can take these instruments out because of the hybrid engine they've developed here. Sounds nice. Horrific. Pretty cool. These ARPs are so fun to play with. I always like to see just what happens. Go ahead and check out the last half of these effects presets. Oh, that's kind of cool. Got two different bamboo ensembles in layer 1 and layer 2 with slightly different settings going through the ARP. Now this is reversed, but it says mod wheel. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I think this preset has been the icing on the cake as far as my thoughts thus far about the usability of this instrument for suspense, horror, and whatnot. One thing I like to do anytime I'm previewing instrument is show you that it's tempo synced. I'm at 120 right now. I'm going to just hold down a couple notes. Now I'm at 77, jumping up to 160. So I can confidently communicate that the ARP is syncing to your DAW's dynamic, your DAW's tempo, as expected. Yeah, that's nice. Got a little delay and a little, well, this big cathedral verb on this one. That sounds really cool. This is another one that has mod wheel control. That's great. Is that controlling the it's controlling the lo-fi bits. It's like 2 bits. Yeah, that's a pretty cool sound. So again, playing with these, I start to get ideas for ways that I could manipulate and utilize the instrument on my own, seeing the possibilities with these effects presets. Pretty cool sound design here. Let's go ahead and load up that Bamboo Sticks Ensemble, that original one again, specifically because we want to check out layer 3. we've got these Ambiences. Clever. And one thing I love about Ambiences is sometimes you just go down a couple octaves and you have a drone. Here we could do a pulse. Man, this one is awesome. Yeah, so starting to see how you could take just one of the samples a little further out, just with LFO and a tiny bit of lo-fi. Yeah, I'm digging that. Let's move along. Let's just the last couple of these. And for these, the swell here, everything has a MIDI CC link you could automate. So I could set this up to go with my mod wheel. And have some control over a fake expression. Yeah, that one's great. I wonder what happens when we do that with our brassy scrapes. Yeah, so cool. Oh. Alright, let's check out the last couple. Turn this other layer off. Go back to layer 3 and let's do the last couple ambiences. That's a pretty cool one. Yeah, I think we could see the potential of what we could do just with this small sample set. Very affordable library. That's one of the things that Soundiron continues to do that impresses me. Release these very unique, high-quality sample sets, and they always seem to be updating their engine. This is version 3 of Ambience Stick Ensemble, if I didn't mention that already. And with version 3, you get their multi-layer engine, 2 main layers, your ambiences, and your sub-synth. Yeah, I'm really liking this library. I think there's going to be a lot of uses in it for me. Not only is it that quirky, odd kind of sound that really inspires me to work on some of the stuff that I do for myself, that I try to incorporate into scores, but I also think that it's going to be very useful for those looking for something just a little different, a little more interesting to add into all kinds of different scores. I especially hear how this would be obvious to use for suspense, horror, tension, that kind of stuff, just because of the nature of some of the sound design they've included with their custom effects presets. But like I said, there's a lot of possibilities using this substituted for marimbas, for any kind of mallets. It's going to really give you an out-of-this-world sound. Thanks for taking a little time out of your day to check out Bamboo Stick Ensemble with me. I always appreciate your thoughts. What do you think about the library? Is this something you'll be picking up or upgrading to if you're already on the first versions of Bamboo Sticks? Always appreciate your input. Please comment below. Like, share, and subscribe. Love your support. And be sure to head over to samplelibraryreview.com for the latest news, reviews, and our weekly deals page.